What's up everybody, Jade here, also known as Skye Spider. We're going to be doing some tarantula feeding on stream today. I am very behind because I've been pretty ill, so we're going to be doing almost my entire collection in one stream today. The only ones I don't have to do are my smallest babies, my bottom shelves, all those you saw in the last video. Although I did forget a small section of them, I got back to them later that evening. So those are the only ones we're not doing. So it's pretty much just the mostly bigger stuff today, but a few little ones. But yeah, I've got the chat open on my phone because it still doesn't work in my streaming client. But I will be checking the chat as I go, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will read your questions and reply as I can. But yeah, let's start with this wonderful beastie here. This one is probably just hidden under here. Yep, there's some feet. Ooh, did you molt again? You look really fresh. No, you did not molt recently. What the hell? This is my Theraphosa apophysis. Her name's Nihiri. And yeah, I'm pretty sure she molted last week, but man, she still looks really fresh. I guess it's just the in-between colors for him. Chances are, as long as she's able to eat, she's going to want to eat. So let me get a roach I can hold on to. If she doesn't want it, I can take it back. Ooh, she does want it. There we go. Good job, Nihiri. You keep being angry, sweetheart. You know, with how fast these things grow and how short a time period she has between molts, I actually think I'm going to give her a second roach just because of the species here and because she just recently molted. So there we go. Happy Nihiri. You going back into your hide already? Yeah, you're just a shy little girl, aren't you? There she goes. Friendly reminder that my fancy spider cam is a few seconds behind, because see, I end up here under the camera. So yeah, if I react at a different speed, when you actually see it, that's what's going on. I don't know if we're going to get this cutie on camera. Sometimes she shows up, sometimes she doesn't. Oof, her water dish is gross. So this is my Kylobrachus fimbriatus adult female. As you can see, I've got the whole thing set up just to be one gigantic burrow for her. Okay, this dish is gross. Might actually have to run this into the bathroom and rinse it real quick. Okay, never mind. Most of it's come off. I think we're good. Ugh, got webs stuck all over me. Okay, Liliana, what are we doing? Are we going to be on camera today? So the reason why I have her enclosure set up like this, it's kind of hard to see right now just because of how she webs everything over. But there's one piece of curved cork bark leaned up against the wall, and it runs about 80% of the length with an opening on each side. She treats that and the area above it as a burrow extension. So that way she doesn't need to dig, which means I actually get to see her. She does seem to be in pre-molt though, which is why I'm not feeding her today. I'm just making sure she's good. Yeah, she's just chilling inside her log. Hopefully we'll see her next week. So So here is a fun one. This is my wild type curly hair. Her name is Floof. She has been a very prolific little mommy for me. I did not know she was wild caught when I got her, and she dropped an egg sac within about a month or so of being with me. And I bought her with the intention of breeding to a male I really like. And she ended up breeding successfully with the male, but then eating the egg sac a little ways in. So unfortunately I didn't get the breeding I wanted, but I did get a whole batch of eggs out of her. And my male did get bred to our other female, one of Rachel's. Yeah, Floof is a little cutie pie. She's a little skittish. I think that's pretty much the case for all wild type curly hairs. But still curly hair. I think they're absolute sweethearts, to be honest. I'm sorry about my voice. I had to go to the mall for something yesterday. And I had to talk really loud the whole time I was there because it was really crowded, which is a whole nother problem. And yeah, I blew up my voice a little bit. I'm still working on getting it back. So if it cracks a bunch on the video today, you'll have the reason why. Alright, so this is my young purple Mactopus. I think it's still classified as Mactopus cancerides. It's just a color morph. That said, as my hair gives away, I'm quite fond of the color purple. Oh, I know you can feel that roach is there. You just don't want to be on camera today. As soon as I reach in there with tweezers, she dashes. What the hell? Okay, fine, I'm just going to fill your water dish if you're going to be a bolty little turd. Okay, she's going to get it later off camera, so she's being a butt today. Oh, I tried to talk myself into bringing some Kleenex in here before I got started today. But I was like, no, it's 73 degrees in the bug room today. That's not that hot. My nose is already running. So we're on to Nandocramatus, one of my personal favorite species. I'm amazed that roach is still alive. There we go. Good job. She's so bolty. Pardon me, I'm going to be gross. Yeah, I totally should have gotten some tissue. I'm good at being an adult. Okay, what do we have in the trash here? Part of your old molt. And some moss that you decided you didn't want on the ground anymore. You gotta love spiders. Anything they don't want, they'll put in the water dish for you. I think it's because in the wild they instinctively put things in bodies of water because it typically gets carried away from them. I think that's got a lot to do with it. But it's nearly impossible to be certain until we can translate what they're thinking and can ask them. Yep, there she is. my freshly molted Fauna palma Samana. This is Skye. She's an educator spider with me. She's one of the ones I like to take to school to show little kids, because she is friendly enough for me to handle without having to worry about her going a little bonkers on me. Very, very calm spider. Except for the one time I tried to take some spiders to a burlesque show to help out a friend. And the base of the club made every one of my spiders freak the fuck out on me. And I almost got bitten. One of my pink toes was running across the floor while she was on stage. Just, oh, it was a mess. What have you been putting in your water dish? I think you just tipped it over. Your substrate's already a little moist. I think, again, from tipping over the water dish. I keep my Samana a little more moist than a lot of people do, but I found they tend to be a little happier. They're out in the open more often, and they're less likely to cling to the sides of the enclosure, like you see a lot of terrestrials do when they don't like the substrate. Okay, this is one of my new spooters. This is my little green bottle blue I just got. My other one matured as a male, so I shipped him off to Fear Not and got a new little baby in return. Oop. See if I can get him on camera. Him or her, I don't know yet. Because my last one was a male, I decided to keep the old name for the new one. So this is named after one of my favorite magic commanders. This is Tatiola, named after a blue-green merfolk. Since, you know, green bottle blue, green and blue. Technically it should be Tamir, but because that little extra dash of orangey red. I am amazed that spider isn't up here yet. Like, I see it down on the side right over here. Wow, the wind is blowing really, really hard. It's like making the window whistle a little bit. I don't know if that's coming through on the mic or not. I'm actually going to crack the window while we wait on this one. Cool it off up here. Oh yeah, that breeze is great. Oh, that changed things immediately. Okay, you're going to be a butt and just sit on the ground then? I'll leave this one to pick it up whenever it wants. But you can see it's down on the side over here. Just being all cute. This one I'm probably going to need my black light for. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera otherwise. Wow, I can't even see it on my own. Oh, there you are. Look, it's just under the log here. And that is my Hotendtada. So, African ground scorpion. Very, very hot venom. Also a parthenogenic species, so it can have babies without mating. They'll just be genetic clones. I don't think it's in pre-molt, because it just molted recently. So I'm just going to throw out a tiny little roach. Hopefully it's feeling hungry. Friendly reminder, if anyone's jumping in on the video, the chat is open. It's just not displayed on my screen because my streaming software sucks. I do have it open on my phone, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. So when I was talking to Rich Stewart, about doing a Twitch stream while I feed bugs. One of my big fears was not being able to get mini feedings on camera because not everyone cooperates. And yeah, that's just one of the risks of doing this live. Oh, of course you pooped in your lid. This is my Fauna palma calcotes female. I've had her for 5 years. She is almost 2 inches. She's the slowest growing spider I've ever had. But that is a Fauna palma, right? Boop. I bet she's hungry. Oh, her name is Button, because she ages backwards like Benjamin Button. Also, she's a total doll, so Button's a really cute name for her. She's not big on moisture, but with her at this size, I still keep a corner of the enclosure a little moist. That said, once these start to hit about this size, you don't really have to worry about moisture as much. Pretty soon, I'm just going to get her water dish and stop misting the dirt. In case anyone's wondering, the little flower pot back there, you can get them at any gardening store really, really cheap. I think I got 20 of them for $1. They're made out of cardboard. They're meant to dissolve when the plant is put in the soil and rained on enough times. And they work really good for baby spider hides. Okay, let's see if this one wants to be really good on camera today. I normally don't take this whole lid off. But this is my smaller Harpactira pulchripes. And this one's named Kuzelek. I named all of these after Eldrazi, because they're just so magnificent and awe-inspiring when you see them. And yes, this is a real muskrat skull in the back here. Friend gave me. Yeah, look at that, so teeny and already getting adult colors and looking all gorgeous. Seriously, this species, oh my god, I've only been keeping them for about 2 years, and they've quickly become one of my favorite tarantula species. Like, they're fairly calm for an old world. And just the fucking colors, oh my god. But yeah, you guys know if this was a new Sambara, me putting the lid on, I'd have a threat posture right now. And this thing's just eating food. Doesn't really care. She is awesome. And you guys have seen my bigger one before too. My big female is Emrakul, because of course. Okay, we're moving into Arboreal territory. These are notoriously difficult to shoot. So the very first one is my youngest versicolor, Carabina versicolor. You guys know I'm a little partial to these. She's just chilling up here. I've got three females. I have to think if I picked up a fourth or not. Almost forgot. Make sure you lift your arms to pump this on screen, otherwise it looks like you're jerking off for the camera. Now, I normally don't use a mister on my arboreals, but about once a month I'll break it out. Okay, I'm giving this one a few really tiny roaches in the hopes that a couple of them will make it up there. It's the only drawback to not having any arboreal roaches right now. That said, they're almost always gone. I think I've caught them out at night, wandering around looking for food. Okay, this one is one of my Avicularia variegata M6, so Metallica, I believe. I have a lot of trouble with the new categories for these since I was working on the exact same project and had different names for all of them. Oh, someone's about to molt. Dude, I'm trying to get you out of here. Oh, roaches. There you go. I should have realized you're way too chunky to be feeding. There's a whole bunch of fresh web in here, and she's quite chunky. That's definitely a sign of being ready to molt soon. I think our next molt, she'll be almost mature. I think she's got 1 or 2 left. Oh, and most of these arboreals were bred here. I do a lot of pink tail breeding, since they're my favorite of all tarantulas. So this is one we produced, I think 2 years ago now. Another one of my females. And this is just regular Metallica, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's regular Metallica. I just don't know the name for them now. This one is also chunky and in pre-molt, so we will just do a little misting. Just enough to keep the humidity up. I don't have to do as much now that winter is over up here. Reminder for people new to living in the northeast or northwest, when your heater's on, it's going to dry out every one of your enclosures. Okay, so I know that this looks like it has a bunch of web on it. That is old web that stained the acrylic and I can't get it off very well. This is actually one of my scorpions, and it is one bred by Rich Stewart of the Tarantula Collective. He sent his babies over to Fear Not, and I got a bunch. And then I misestimated adult size, and they all ate each other. Oh, we got a fresh molt. Looks like it just happened today or yesterday. So it was just a misting, a taking out of the roach I didn't see, if I can. A little dry in this one. And then lastly, something I noticed a lot of people don't do and they really should be doing. I'm going to track that molt in my my database that I've got. Scorpions, Centrades gracilis. And what is today's date? 4/25. So 2.5 months since the last molt. That is important information to have if you're going to be breeding animals. Or just keeping them in general. Because when you know how often they molt, and when their last one was, you can predict their pre-molts and not end up accidentally leaving them alone with food that might eat them. God, we got a bunch of pre-molts in this section. So this one isn't in its normal spot, it's down on the side here. And that's my female dolcothili diamantinensis. Basically a dwarf green bottle blue. That's what they look like. Gorgeous spooter though. Actually, this is moist enough. I don't need to do anything in here. So that was an easy one. And this one is my Neo-Holothili NCI. Another one I think just needs some water. I fed her last week, and after I saw her come back out, she was mega chonk. But of course, always too shy for the camera. If you ever wondered why some of the YouTube channels never show themselves feeding arboreals, here's why. Okay, next up, first I stepped out of frame to blow my nose a little. That is gross. Thought the window was going to help. Okay, so I'm on to my 3 immature Balfouri, Monocentropas Balfouri. Every once in a blue moon, I might see them pop out of their burrow on camera. Or while I'm feeding them, I mean. Can't wait for these all to be mature, and at that point I'll put them back in together. It's just too much of a pain in the ass to make sure everybody's eating when they're little. Like when that's way more important. Like I kept all of them together for about a year. My colony before that, I started with 3 and ended up with 1 due to a pair of bad molts. And then this started out at 4, and I lost 1 to a molt, so that's why I went ahead and just separated them, so I can keep a closer eye on each one individually. That said, my mature male is currently in with Rachel's female. Have been together for a little over a week now, and we're very, very hopeful for babies. We're pretty sure we're getting them. We're planning to keep all of those green bottle blue babies. But if you're a friend of ours and you can drive over, we might be able to get you a couple. Okay, so this is my ant colony. You guys have seen these guys before. This is Aunt Savage and the build crew. You see she's got some eggs in there, some larvae. They've completely left the water tubes and just taken residence in this one. But I do need to clean out in here a little bit. Their little garbage dump site. And then they need some protein for those eggs. And larvae to nom on. I don't know if you can see it well on camera, but there's still a little bit of honey left from about a week ago I gave them. It's hard to give them just enough for a couple of days, so I don't bother trying to measure it that much. Okay, so find a roach and squish it. Easier said than done. Okay. Get off my tweezers. I don't know what is stuck. Oh. Got leftovers from the cricket last week. Jeez, why is everything sticking to my tweezers today? It's gotta be that honey. Gotta be something to do with the honey, right? So hopefully they'll come out and eat. I'm obviously not expecting them to immediately, or I wouldn't be leaving that open. So keep your fingers crossed for my ants. I really, really want these guys to thrive so I can get them into a really nice colony. In case you're wondering what the blanket's for, they don't like light. Okay, I love opening this every week to see how many more babies are in here. Last time I checked, I'm around 50-ish. So these are my spiny red assassins, my Cytala haritas. And holy crap, have they been exploding in population size. So one thing you do need to keep in mind with assassins that most people seem to forget about, these guys will drink out of a water dish. And they do need water. Also, I keep dairy cow isopods with mine to clean up all the dead carcasses they leave behind. Okay, so this is going to be a pain in the ass. I need to throw around 50 crickets in here. Or not crickets, roaches. A lot of times the easiest way, just to dump. Try not to get any of these adult roaches. There we go. I don't know how well that's translating to camera because I wasn't watching, but hopefully you can see him going crazy here. You can see there's one right here with food in its mouth. A couple more all around here. This one's hunting. Oh, yeah, just pounced on. Yeah, the problem is they're all really, really tiny right now. They're like about a little smaller than my pinky nail even. Like you can see that little blurry one right there. They're way too adorable. See, I feel like I want to put a couple more in here. Like some of the bigger roaches. So I've got a couple larger assassins in here that hatched earlier than the others. There we go. Yep, now even the big assassins are starting to move around and get interested. These guys are so much fun to watch feed because they all go crazy. You know what, I'm going to throw in some small crickets as well. Rachel's got a couple up here I just bought for her. Yeah, let's shake a couple of these in. That's way more than I intended, and they're all over the table now. Awesome. God, I hate crickets. Oh well, they'll get out into the hallway, and then Lucy's going to eat them. Lucy being our new kitten, if you guys don't know her already. Yeah, there we go. Lots of fun. Go, go, assassin colony. So yeah, these guys are just doing amazing. I can't say enough good about this species. And I dropped my tweezers. But yeah, I was down to just 3 assassins, and then one of them died right as the other 2 matured. And I didn't have any babies forever. I thought my colony was just dead. And then right as it started to warm up this year, all of a sudden I just start seeing babies every day, some new babies. Oh, I just realized I've got my friend James coming over probably tomorrow. And he wants one of my mature males. I gotta box that guy up. This is Meatball, my other educator spider. My red-faced Chilean rose hair. Meatball, you want to come out of your hide and say hi? Oh, come out, sweetie. No, we don't eat the tweezers. Tweezers are not food. I do have something that is food for you, if I can get it out from behind the water dish. Well, we got to see a leg. That's such a pretty spooter, and she decides to hide today. And she like never hides normally. Alright, Meatball. Oh, sounds like Zoidberg climbed out of his blanket and wants my attention now. I think I'm gonna let Zoidberg in the room. Hang on just a sec. Zoidberg, come on. Hey. Want to be on camera? Oh, hello, Zoidberg. Say hello to the camera. That's a Zoidberg. We still don't let Lucy in the bug room. We don't trust her in the least. Zoidberg over the years has earned our trust, finally. He was really bad when he was little, but he's gotten a lot better. He just likes watching the roach bins. And any crickets we have, so I'm going to stick the crickets on the floor for him. Here you go, Zoidberg. Fun stuff to watch. All for you. Just don't trick me while I'm feeding, okay? Right, buddy, that's where I gotta stand. Yay, kitty cats. Alright, so this is the mature male I was just talking about. This is my Usambara, Tyrannochilus marinus. Boop. Let's see if we can get him on camera here. He always gives great takedowns. Oh, and the roach is out of the web. Yeah, I've learned with this guy you don't leave the lid open when you want to watch him eat, because he will climb right out. Granted, he usually goes right back in, but I just don't like being scared like that. When I'm, when I'm not expecting it. Okay, time for some really fun stuff. Well, one more normal tarantula before the really fun stuff. So I actually just surprised Rachel with one of these yesterday. I was up at a PetSmart and they actually had a one almost this exact size, Palma homori, and it was only $50 for a 2-incher. So I jumped the fuck on that because I know Rachel loves these. And even if we get a male, we've got multiple females in the house, so they can always just go toward breeding. Yay! Good little girl. She's gonna be fucking 20 before she's full grown, I'm willing to bet. I don't know how old she is yet. I bought her a month ago. What you looking for, Zoidberg? Okay, time for something really fun. I do not know where it's currently hiding. I'll bring the camera down a little lower. So that might be a molt right here. Nope, it's a dead fruit fly. So this is Roxo, the rock and roll clown who loves cocaine. Also known as my cocaine spider, the six-eyed sand spider. Sicarius domosoides. Forgot the last part. So let's see if a first instar roach is not too big. I'm actually going to go blow my nose in the bathroom while this one hunts. Hopefully I catch it on camera, but chances are good I'm not going to. This guy's nice and shy, and I think first or second in stars, so there's not a lot to see at the moment, unfortunately. Alright, Zoidberg, you want to come with me? Let's go, Zoidberg. Zoidberg, let's go. You know what that means. Let's go. Okay, sorry about that. So, looks like nothing has changed. And there's no one in the chat currently, so I can't ask if anyone saw anything. So, hopefully we caught something on camera and I'll catch it when I watch it back later. Really hope this spider does super well with me. I've got my two fat-tailed scorpions on the top shelf, but they're both in pre-molt and they don't need water, so I'm just going to leave them be so I don't disturb them. And let's move over to the dresser. You guys saw last time I was over here that I've got a really big pair of Hibana. She does not need to eat right now, so that's why I'm not grabbing that one. I try to give her bigger meals less frequently. Oh, I bet that was loud. I fed her a adult dubia about a week ago. Over here. Good. Nom nom nom. It's Loki, my Brazilian black, Grammostola pulchra. She's always a really healthy eater. Moisten it up in here a little bit. Oh, squeaky lid. Gotta unsqueakify this lid. Next up is my immature Acanthoscurria geniculata, who likes to think she's an arboreal. God, these lids keep wanting to go right into the camera lens. So as you can see, she is not getting food today. She is chonktastic. I think I'm at that phase in everybody's cycle where I'm just waiting on molts from about half my collection. In case anyone was wondering why you might want to have a ton of tarantulas, it's because they're not always something you can interact with. Sometimes they're in pre-molt, sometimes they are hidden, sometimes you just don't know. So this is one of my new, very, very young dolcothili diamantinenses. See if I can get them to come out of their hide in the back. Normally when something hits the web, they come right the fuck out. Zoidberg's crying again. Now, I don't really want to water all over the enclosure because water tends to break down these webs, and I want this to be built up. So what I'm doing is just keeping the substrate really moist in here. That way at night, hopefully the humidity builds up on the inside without ruining the web in the process. Zoidberg. Come back in. Your doggus. Your doggus. Yeah, I can't love you, Zoidberg. You want to come back. What are you going to do? Let's do my other dolcothili here. Maybe we'll get lucky and spot this one. Okay, we got 2 roaches in the web, really tiny ones. Yep, we're not getting any luck with these 2 this week. It's sad. They're really, really little though, so they're not exactly easy to get photos of. But as they grow, they'll become about 4 inches long and really pretty colored. Speaking of pretty colored, this is my largest of my versicolors. She is an awesome little spooter. Damn it. Well, I got it to her eventually. And again, sorry about the web stains on the lid up here. Again, this is why very few streamers actually show you when they feed their arboreals, because they're just hard to do. That said, I've got more of them. This is my second largest versicolor. I don't think she'll eat on camera. Unless we get really lucky here. She's going for it. It's not very visible, but she's going for it. Give her a quick spritz. And again, I don't know if it was clear or not, but you could see her running as I was spraying. And that is why I don't like using a mister for an arboreal. Fortunately, these are much harder to feed otherwise. Don't mind the random hair tie. So these are a group of my hot scorpions. These are Tidius stigmarus. And I've got my mom in here, Olivia, and 14 of her babies packed into these crevices. Oop, I think I see... Is that one of the babies molted? Nope, that's Olivia. Make sure I can find other babies in here. Oh boy, don't tell me this is another communal that's actually not communal in practice. I've only seen this scorpion in large groups and with babies and adults together. But yeah, I see Okay, I see one baby in the crevice with her. See another couple underneath. So yeah, they're still in here. They're just hard to see. So yeah, these aren't going to be the most fun to watch on camera again. Except for the roach delivery. No, no, no. No adults. Okay. No adults. Stay in there. Just want babies. Just the babies. All the babies. This should be enough for everybody. Still weird to just like scoop a fuck ton of babies in there. So we're just sitting on the floor watching crickets. Let me see if this camera can actually get him there. Yep, there he is. I wasn't sure if this camera was going to be macro only. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and miss this enclosure. Can't remember the last time I've done that, and they probably need it. These are a tropical scorpion. And again, if I wasn't clear, it's also a hot scorpion, so do not ever, ever touch one of these. They will ruin your entire month. Okay, time for the dangerous stuff. Okay, so he's on the back of his cork bark over there. This is my wandering spider hawking. Make sure he's not moving. Every once in a while, he's going to try and outsmart me so he can get out of here. That's how we earn the name Hawking. He also goes right for your fingers. Okay, do we need to water at all? No, it looks moist enough. So let's just get him an adult roach. Boop. Hello, adult roach. Still in one spot on the other side. Beautiful. And that is how you feed a very, very dangerous spider without as much risk. You put an opening on both sides of the enclosure. And you pay attention to where the fuck they're hiding. So I didn't get a shot of him today. He's on the back over here. You can kind of make him out there. See if I can... No, I can't block out the window glare. Yeah. There's Hawking. Cupienia salii. So a tiger, wandering spider. Very, very pretty species. Well, the females. The males are actually kind of drab. Which is actually the inverse of how most tarantulas are. Okay, so let's get a little closer to this one. This is my most deadly scorpion. As you saw, I think on the last stream, this is Phage. If you play Magic, that's a really funny name for a Deathstalker. If you don't play Magic, you don't get the joke. So yeah, she's burying these leaves a lot now. Oh, and you are so chunky. Come out and be cute. I want to look at you. So there's Phage. And she is pulling an epic chunk right now. Get that far enough away that there's not a glare from it. But yeah, she's what is it, Lurius quinquistratus, I believe is the Latin. So yeah, she's not going to get food today. That is for damn sure. I do need to grab an eyedropper though to give her some water. As you've heard me mention on previous ones, I'd rather they have water and not need it than need it and not have it, because I have had desert scorpions die from dehydration a couple times. So I just use a little tattoo ink cap and fill it up with water once a week. I mean, it usually dries out, like in a day or two, but it does the job. I've caught her drinking from it once in the year and a half I've had her. Yeah, I got her right before the COVID lockdowns happened, the November before them. Kind of glad I did it then, because I don't like the idea of having to unpack one that comes in the mail, because you gotta pull shit out of a tube to get to them, and there's so much room for error and getting bitten or stung. I almost got bitten by my wandering spider that way. So the last thing I want to do is get a death stalker that way. Which sucks, because I really, really, really want Lurius jordanensis, the black death stalker. So let's see, I think that is everybody on my list today. I do have to feed my white-spotted assassins, but that's an enclosure I can't lift on my own. It's a solid glass Exoterra that's Arboreal. So I can't do them on camera, but for everything else, that was pretty fun. Hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully we'll start getting more regulars into the chat soon, now that I'm doing this a little more often, and I can start answering some questions for you. That's going to be fun. But until next time, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good things, and I'll see you on the next video. Remember to be nice to spiders, because I'm watching for you. Oh, and Zoidberg will say goodbye too. Bye, Zoidberg.